Okay, so let's just go over the assignment now as far as this practical aspect here. So when you're setting up your, staging your scene before you photograph it, I mean, I just, for convenience sake, I'm putting these three items very in close proximity. You can spread them out around the room. You can use whatever artifact that you want. That doesn't have to necessarily be a knife, a bottle, and a cup. You can use whatever pleases you, whatever availability you have. Again, we don't know what area you're going to be doing this in, whether it's going to be in more of an open hallway or whether it's specific to a room. So we do want the following photographs, and we're also going to take into consideration the fact that people are doing it at home. So we don't necessarily, and everybody's residence is different. Some live in apartment buildings, townhouses, whatever else, and houses. So to avoid any discrepancy between the photos, this is the series that we want taken. So your first photo is going to be of your student ID card. Then we want a photograph of the entrance, and that's not the entrance to the house, it's the entrance to whatever room your scene is staged in. So we're not going to worry about streetscape photographs, we're not going to look at street sign, we're not going to look at the outside front entrance of the residence and so forth. Start with your ID card and then with the entrance leading into that room of interest where the occurrence is taken. You're going to take a photograph in that room looking at the reverse angle back towards that entrance door, and then, or whatever your point of entry would be, if it's a window or door, whichever, but doing both angles in that regard. Following that, we want the four corners, as we described momentarily ago, four angles taken from diagonally positioned from the four corners, and those photos should have your exhibits clearly indicated in the room. You're going to take those four corner angle shots in two series. The first without any scale, without any markers, and then repeating the same four angular photographs using the markers in place. The next series of photos will be a mid-range photo of each of the three items that you have identified as your evidence pieces. So we want photographs, again, with scale and without scale for those photographs. And the last series of photographs will be close-ups. So the difference between your close-up and your mid-range, and depending on who it is that you're actually asking, generally speaking, my idea of a mid-range photo is the item itself and whatever contextual area is around that. So it's not focusing just where the bottle is the only thing that appears in the image, but maybe the circumference around it as well, incorporating that. Obviously, so your marker and your scale is present as well, but doing one that has the image of that as the focal point within the composition of the picture, but also in context the immediate area surrounding it. The close-up photo is specifically of that item, and again, backed off enough so your composition also includes the scale and your marker. So just to recap as far as the series of photos, so we have one photo with student ID, one of the entrance, one of the reverse angle of the entrance. We have 8 shots diagonally from the four corners, so that you're going to have 4 photos diagonally without scale and without marker, and then we're repeating with the 4 again. The mid-range photos with and without scale of each of the 3 items, so 6 photos for that, and then your close-ups with scale only. So we don't need a without of the close-ups, it's only with the scale and the marker. So your total number of images will be 20.